Pineau, who started this game, back in for St. Mary's. Waldo against the good shot blocker Dalen Baczynski, 7-footer from Calgary, Alberta. Carter the pass faked and the shot, no good.
Utah does a very good job rallying to the basketball and securing the possession.
Good rebounding team, sort of like their coach was such a good rebounder in his playing days. Taylor with the hand back and a nifty move to get to the rim.
67% shooting from the floor here in the first half for Utah.
And it is amazing, the numbers even included from that Arizona game where they had the worst shooting performance in the history of the Pac-12 tournament. Even including those, they're a top 20 team nationally in field goal percentage. Waldo missed the shot, and this game you could see why.
Well, they're doing an excellent job corralling Brad Waldo, not giving him an angle to the basket.
Utah gets good looks on this end. Feed the ball down low. Baczynski's got a big size advantage. Waldo helped out, but a reach-in foul.
You got to move your feet, not your hands. That time Brad Waldo didn't move his feet. He reached in. It's his second personal foul. But you're right. Pineau has zero chance keeping Baczynski out of getting to the rim.
No chance.
It just gives up too much weight, too much size.
The freshman, who is an Australian native, although only half of his family is native Australian, but that pipeline from that country's basketball program to here in St. Mary's has paid off over and over again, and the flag hangs here in this pavilion.
And Matthew Dellavedova, who was all everything a season ago, now playing with the Cavs. Patty Mills, recent memory, starring really for the San Antonio Spurs. There's two of those great Aussie connections that have come in and flourished at St. Mary's.
Yeah, Daniel Pickard, who is an Australian player who in some ways got this program rolling again with Randy Bennett. And it's been very, very fruitful for this Gales team. Carter three, short, rebound Baczynski.
Well, Utah has had its share of Australian basketball players. Andrew Bogut comes to mind. Had a great NBA career and battled through some injuries, but just a consistent presence down low on the block.
Well, Randy Bennett's got to be concerned. In fact, he's going to take a timeout. His team got this game within one. Since then, a 16-5 run. The Gales have gone quiet on offense. Utah leads by 12. The 2014 NCAA Women's Basketball Championship tips off Saturday, 11 a.m. Eastern on ESPN2. You can catch every moment of the tournament on the ESPN family of networks. Find information on every championship at ncaa.com, the home of all 89 championships.
You and I, partner, will be on the women's tournament for the opening two rounds.
We're getting ready to get packed. So head up to the Pacific Northwest.
It's going to be great up in Seattle. Wild Ginger Restaurant up in Seattle. Get a table ready. We're coming.
Get ready for the ESPN crew. Number 1 seed South Carolina is in Seattle. Interesting story.
Against 16 seed Cal State Northridge. Jason Flowers, one of my teammates at UCLA, took over the women's program there, and they won the regular season and the postseason title.
So the Matadors will be giving us all access.
Well, we've got any access that we need with that program. Looking forward to seeing Jason Noe and his team perform. And then Oregon State, who surprised everybody at the Pac-12 tournament. They're up there against Middle Tennessee State University.
Well, not a good free throw shooter at the line. Princeton Anwas misses the first of two. Double bonus now for the Utes with 5:04 to go in the first half. But still, even with all those stories around the NCAA women's tournament, the biggest story of all, Connecticut, Notre Dame, 2 undefeateds. Could they meet as undefeateds in the championship game? Can anybody knock those teams off? Be fun to watch.
Well, of course, the men's game also has their undefeated team in Wichita State. An absolutely loaded bracket for the Shockers. If the Shockers go undefeated and win a national championship, no one can question any aspect of their schedule, that's for sure.
Offensive foul. That was nearly a block call, but then the offensive foul, second foul against Holt. And St. Mary's offense, they're 1 for 9 shooting the ball in these last few minutes, and they're turning it over as well.
Onwas did a nice job getting over and getting set prior to that upward motion. He had 2 personal fouls now on Stephen Holt. You've got Brad Waldo already on the bench with 2 personal fouls. That's a massive concern for Randy Bennett. And he's going to leave Stephen Holt in with 4:41 left to go. I'm going to try to isolate him if I'm Utah. You get Stephen Holt out of this game in foul trouble, even more so than he already is, and you directly impact any ability for St. Mary's to return to this game.
It's not a deep Gales team. And Holt's their best all-around player, right? Walker went to the ground, no whistle. Here's Loveridge going right to the basket, but shot the ball up under the rim.
Got a little too deep, should have jump stopped, been on balance for 2, and then finished through the contact.
Levesque open. Levesque still over from the field. Hodgson had it on the floor, and that's a jump ball. The arrow favors the Utes. Well, Bo Levesque, the senior, does not want this to be his final game as a Gale, but a kid who is fighting still through the lingering effects of pneumonia, and he looks a little sluggish.
He does, and what a great representation of a student athlete he's been, though, for St. Mary's. Yes, he's 0 for 7 from the field, but academic All-American. He's already graduated from St. Mary's, even with his graduate degree. Just a tremendous young man who's represented this school so well over his 5 years here.
Set play on the backdoor, and Onwas steps out of bounds. So that did not go as Utah hoped it would. Many other things have gone well for the Utes in this first half. They lead St. Mary's by 13. All right, Jamie, thanks. Speaking of, first round of the NCAA Division I Men's Basketball Championship continues tomorrow on True TV beginning at 6:30 p.m. For more information on tournament game times and listings, go to ncaa.com.
Well, a 9-0 run right now for the Utes. St. Mary's has missed 8 shots in their last 11 possessions. The other 3 possessions, they turned the ball over on their home floor.
So that's not good.
You are correct, Dave.
That's 11 times in a row they've had the ball and done nothing positive with it. And this is a St. Mary's team. Again, Randy Bennett's a defensive-oriented coach. They've had so many good offensive teams over this last 5, 6, 7-year run where the Gales have been a power in the West Coast Conference.
Well, St. Mary's just one of 4 programs nationally to have won 25 games in each of the last 6 seasons. Kansas, Duke, and Gonzaga, the other 3. That's elite company to be in.
They're going to have to make a run in this NIT to get there. The Gales have 22 to this point. Shot clock is winding down. Levac had it stripped away. And a nice little flip by Anwas to Brandon Taylor, who picked it up. So that's another possession that ends in a turnover.
Well, and I think it shows you kind of the lack of depth right now for St. Mary's. You have 2 players out on the floor with 2 personal fouls, Holt and Waldo. And yet, with the way this game has gone so far, Randy Bennett has got to keep him out on the floor.
Taylor cut off. That's good defense by McCoy. And then Holt steals it away. In the open court, Holt with the layup.
Stephen Holt, one of those seniors that doesn't want his last memory on this floor to the Gonzaga home loss, would like to turn it into a win here in the NIT. Good job defensively, having active hands, and now it's Brad Waldo.
So Waldo misses the dunk. Oh my goodness.
Wow. Do we have a hashtag for not top 10?
That'll be on the list. Lenz in and out, no good. That was not pretty. Levac just not confident shooting the ball. Waldo trying to make up for that missed shot. Not that time. The fans here at McEwen are still stunned. That had a chance to be another nice play for the Gales. Cut the lead to single digits. Get the crowd going. Anwas down the lane. And his teammate Lenz was not expecting the pass. Another turnover. That is 11.
This is hashtag not top 10. I mean, the reaction from the bench tells the story of like, really can't believe what they just saw. And Brad Waldo is a good athlete, and I've been in situations where sometimes you take off and your legs aren't there, but the big fella's got to be able to finish that one in transition. The Gales just 2 points in the last 8 minutes.
Only down 11. Levac. Shot is good. That's the first one of the half for Bo Levac. Just a 9-point lead for the Utes.
In St. Mary's, you've got to feel pretty good that you've had 4 points in 8.5 plus minutes, and yet you've been able to cut the lead to 9.
Utah not used a timeout, so Larry Krystkowiak will do that here. Set up a play, maybe set up a 2-for-1 chance for Utah. 25 seconds on the shot clock, 1:06 to go in the half. 30-21. Utah's problem has been those turnovers, in my opinion, 11 of them, and some of them just very, very sloppy.
And they've led to 8 of their 21 points. And a couple of them have been easy runouts. Should have probably been 10 with Waldo. But nevertheless, I think that you've got to value the basketball better in the second half if you're Utah. You've been so efficient once you've been able to get shots up. I mean, they're shooting 59% from the floor. So you limit your turnovers, have an opportunity to shoot that elite percentage. It limits the possessions and opportunities to get confidence going for St. Mary's and get this crowd into the game.
Utah's out shooting the Gales 59% to 26%, and they're only up by 9 with a minute to go until halftime. And that shooting differential often means blowout city, but not the case here. Give the Gales credit; they have played Better defense, I think, of late. Loveridge down the lane. Loveridge, tough shot. That was more good defense. Here's Walker. And there is a substantial difference. Game clock, shot clock. Quebec 3. Off iron. Hodgson couldn't grab the offensive rebound. But a quick shot for the Gales, so in essence, almost like a 2-for-1 for them. St. Mary's should have a chance of opportunity no matter what Utah does. DeLon Wright has been mostly quiet. Walker almost poked the ball away. Shot clock to 7. Wright 3, short, very short. Gales have plenty of time. 10 seconds. Here's Holt. Holt right to the basket. Runner is good off the glass. And a real positive finish for the Gales.
A 6-0 run to close for St. Mary's. It started with some of the turnovers, and then you give Stephen Holt a little bit of confidence to see the ball go through the basket. Great execution coming off of that flat on-ball screen. He read it perfectly, got to where he wanted to be on the floor, and utilized the glass to finish.
So there were some ugly moments for the Gales in the first half, but they go to the locker room down just 7. Jamie Sire in the studio with our halftime report. You're watching the NIT as Utah takes on St. Mary's. Due to time constraints, we move ahead in our action. You're watching the NIT as Utah takes on St. Mary's. Due to time constraints, we move ahead in our action after these messages. It's halftime as Utah takes on St. Mary's in the NIT. The road to the national championship is on ESPN with a women's Final Four from Nashville, Tennessee. Coverage begins Sunday, April 6th with the NCAA Women's Championship Final Four special at 6 Eastern. Then on Tuesday, April 8th, it's the National Championship game. Coverage begins at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time.